Hi everyone, I wanted to do an update today because I technically missed my last few updates, and I did one video for week 3 and 4, but technically I'm on week 5. So instead of doing my regular like how I'm doing update because it was the same as yesterday, I wanted to kind of just give my life story. And I always find that funny because my mom is a person that like asks people life stories wherever she goes. It's so funny. She loves like knowing people's life stories, so maybe that's why I feel like I should tell it, or if you want to know some of my background. Anyway, so I am 29. I was born and raised in, I'm not 29, I'm 28. Oh my gosh, I turned 29 in 2 months. Jumping the gun there. Born and raised in Montana my whole life until I was 18, and then I went to Utah for school and was there for 8 years, and then moved to Sacramento with my boyfriend. We had been together 3 years, and now we've been together a total of 5, also in November. So as far as my own like weight journey goes, the first story or time I remember being self-conscious about my weight was in kindergarten, and we all did these like posters that were basically a biography of yourself. And I remember, you have like your picture, your favorite color, like your pets or whatever, and it was like this big poster that your parents are supposed to put on the wall. And for some reason it had your weight on it as well, which normally kindergartners probably don't care, but I remember that because my friends were all like really, I don't know, what does a kindergartner weigh, like 50 pounds or something like that, average kindergarten. And I remember my weight being 93 pounds, just a lot bigger than everyone else. And granted, at the time, I'm 5'10", and at the time I was taller. I just had an early growth spurt. So I was always taller than all of my classmates until like junior high, and the guys started catching up with me. So I was taller, but also just definitely bigger and carried more weight than any of my classmates. So on to junior high, I remember my mom got gastric bypass between junior high and high school, that summer between. She got gastric bypass, and I think that was the first time I started actually trying to lose weight, like consciously trying to lose weight. Is after she had that done, we kind of did at the time they only wanted you to eat low carb if you had weight loss surgery. So I kind of started doing that with her, and I remember weighing in that summer at 280, and it's kind of funny because even being overweight, I played all the sports. I played basketball, I played volleyball, and I played tennis, and I was pretty good. I was never like stellar, probably was the best at tennis. But I always played like varsity teams and everything. And anyway, so when I weighed in, I was 280, still played sports and everything, really active, and didn't ever feel like I was, I don't know how to explain. I knew I was overweight, but I mean, I could always pretty much keep up with everybody and was in good shape. And then I started doing this low carb diet with my mom, and I lost about 60 pounds. So I went from like 280 to 220. And, for me, my goal weight has always kind of been like 180. So really I wasn't that far off then. But as with a lot of Atkins, the fad diets, a lot of people gained weight back. And I did for sure. I went back to 280, and I just kind of stayed there for my whole high school career. It was right around 280. And then went to college. I loved high school, so went to college and really struggled. I thought I was going to do great, and I did. I did well. Well, I don't know. I didn't really do well. I did okay in school and everything, but it was just kind of a shell shock for me going from small Montana to a huge university, and not feeling like I stood out at all, because I feel like in high school I was really involved in everything. I knew everybody and life was good. And then college, I got there and I knew nothing. I was overweight. I was uncomfortable everywhere I went. Everybody had to walk to classes, and I started getting out of shape because I wasn't playing sports anymore. And so everything just started becoming embarrassing to me. I started gaining a little bit more and more weight. I would say my sophomore year, I was like 320 is probably what I was up to. And again, tried to go back to like Weight Watchers and a million other things to lose weight, and it never really happened. And then I think I maybe got depressed or just lonely or whatever it was, and I tried to start dating, and started dating this guy that we eventually got married after like a year of dating. And then a year after that, I gained a bunch of weight when I was with him, and I think I went up to like 380. That was my first time I got up to the high 300s. So I had gone from like 280 in high school, gained a little bit of weight, and then met this guy and went up to like 380. So big jump there. And so anyway, a year after being married, I found out that he was cheating on me and had been cheating on me the whole time we were dating, engaged, and married, the whole time. So I had really supportive family. I got out of it, and it was actually like a huge relief because the relationship just obviously wasn't good because he was gone all the time and didn't know what was going on, and just was never, obviously we never fit together. So when I got out of that, well, actually right towards the end of that, I was thinking about, I was doing really bad in school. I think the biggest part was because not only this relationship, but I had gained so much weight that going to classes was uncomfortable because like stadium seating, it was really hard for me to sit anywhere. I had to sit, and then they have those desks that like pop out, and that would take half, a portion of the seat, and my hips just wouldn't fit. And so it was just, and then I was so out of shape that walking to class was uncomfortable, just all these things adding up together. So I was doing bad in school. That was about the beginning of my junior year, and I decided to take a break from school, and I was going to have gastric bypass surgery to work on myself. So went through that whole process. It ended up not working out. My insurance backed out of covering me at kind of like I was 2 steps away from surgery, and they backed out. So instead of giving up, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just rambling. So sorry. So instead of just giving up and leaving it there, it was right towards the end of that marriage, and when I found out that he was cheating on me and everything was just kind of falling apart. So probably not a good idea to get a gastric bypass on top of that, with all those like emotional changes. And so either way, it didn't work out, probably for the best. I wasn't emotionally ready. And then we got divorced, and I said, I'm going to do this on my own, and hired like a trainer guy that didn't actually train me, but planned my meals, planned my exercise, planned meals down to like the almond and everything, and was doing really well. I was with him for like 8 months, very expensive guy, or program. With him for 8 months, and got down to like 316 is what I remember. So 316 now, doing really good, feeling really good, had all these new friends, and doing great things, and working out again, and playing volleyball again with friends. And anyway, and then came along my current boyfriend and my love, and you start dating. I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but you start dating, and then you start feeling comfortable, and then I wasn't going to my trainer anymore, and my weight went back to like 380. It seemed to be like 280 was high school, 380 was college, and I just hung around there. So I really don't blame anybody for that increase in weight there, because I mean, in general, it's always my choices, that what I choose to put in my body and how I react to events in my life. And so I've never really blamed anything except myself and what I chose. But when I was with my boyfriend, who I'm with now, he encouraged me to go back to school, which was great, and finish school. I only had 3 semesters left, so I went back and I finished. But the problem is, I went back to school, and it was just hard again. And I felt kind of disjointed coming back. I didn't know what I was doing. And so anyway, really, really stressful the last 3 semesters, just trying to get everything in. And my weight ballooned all the way up into like 440. I mean, I didn't care what I ate. I was stressed. I was just dealing with school. I just wanted to get it over with. And 100% me just not being accountable for anything that I did. And I made it through and felt really good about it. You know, I have had a great degree and finished it out and got a great job, got a couple job offers in the end, and that's when we moved to Sacramento. And so when we got here, I mean, I got some graduation pictures back, and that's the time when I was like, you know, I think it was just avoiding how much I really weighed, and then I realized in those pictures, like, it's kind of like I didn't even look like a person anymore. I was just a blob. And not that graduation pictures are flattering or anything. I'll try to post one here, but I don't know how to edit videos, but I'll try. So I just remember just being huge in those photos and feeling like I didn't even have a body anymore. And that's one thing that I always kind of felt good about myself, is that even though I've been really overweight my whole life, I'm really proportional. And for some reason that made me feel better. And so, but when I got up there to 440, it was just ridiculous. I didn't even look like a person. So anyway, that's where I ended up. And then I've lost a little weight since I came to Sacramento. I tried a trainer again, and it wasn't working. And I just felt like now is the time that I need to really consider surgery again. I wanted to do it on my own. I wanted everything to, you know, be that person that was like, yeah, I did it without surgery or whatever. But I'm so glad that I finally took this step to just go to the surgery orientation and start the classes and everything, because since surgery, I just feel like it's been so much easier. Like, I just feel balanced again. I feel like I can make good choices, and it's not the end of the world. I don't like thrive on food. Food thrives me, and I just feel like I'm back to center with food, and I'm starting to get this like really good relationship with food, which I've almost never had. I can, you know, it doesn't control me anymore. I'm not craving it. I'm not thinking about it 24/7. So it's been really good. And I kind of feel like, why did I wait? But I'm also really glad that I didn't do the bypass back in the day when I just wasn't emotionally ready, because it is an emotional journey. And I'm also really glad that I was able to do sleeve instead of bypass, because I feel like I'm still young, and even though I have a lot of weight to lose, it'll be good in the end, not to have, I don't know, affected my body so much. So that's my life story. I was hoping that would be, you know, like 5 minutes and turned into forever, but I know most people probably won't watch this whole thing, but I'm glad that I documented it for myself, I guess. So that is that. Week 5, day 2 of week 5, still on soft foods, and feeling really good about everything, and excited to see my weight drop. I can already feel my body changing, so everything is good, and I feel like it's almost been too easy since I've gotten home from surgery, and it's just going really well. So that's my update for this week. Thanks for watching. If you did and you made it all the way through, I congratulate you. Thanks again. Bye.